Hello, my beloved souls. What's going on, everyone? It is Twin Flame Tuesday, and I was tapping into the energy. And as I was tapping into the energy, that song "Too Good" came up. That by Rihanna and Drake. I don't know if you know it, but it's hilarious to me. I found it really funny that it would come up right when I was trying to tap into the energy of the Twin Flame Collective, right? Because we just had a new moon in Virgo. So this is a really auspicious week. We have a lot of good energies going on. The Jewish people are celebrating Rosh Hashanah right now, so it's the Jewish New Year. Like, it's so exciting. There's all this good energy going on, people feeling in their power, right? But Virgo on the shadow side can be a little overcritical, a little over analytical, um, and at times can be unrealistic when it comes to like their expectations of people, right? So as I'm tapping into the energy of the twin flames and that song Too Good comes on and I burst out laughing, right? Because he's singing I'm too good for you and she's singing I'm too good for you, and they're at conflict, right? They're not in alignment in the song, right? Because he feels like he's doing all the work, she feels like she's doing all the work. Neither one of them is being seen right now, neither one of them is feeling heard, right? So they're not in alignment. So I just found that so hilarious and telling that there's still an energy of ego around the twins. And I know as a divine feminine who's been awakened, and sometimes we get frustrated, right? Because you're just kind of like, you want your divine counterpart to awaken, you just want them to get it, you want it to get it. But you have to also understand that, like, when you're pushing this need or getting so frustrated in your spiritual awakening, right? That's an indication of where your ego is blocking you as well, because there should be no judgment in an unconditional love relationship, right? So even if it's like, well, I'm doing all the work and I feel like really stressed, or I feel like they and they and they and they and they, and it's like, you're externalizing, right? So there's an energy of tapping back in, right? If you're not in alignment, looking at yourself, not looking at your counterpart, but looking at yourself, like what's going on that we're not hearing each other? What's going on that we're not in alignment? And if there are things being reflected to you, right, that are triggering you, then those are like highlight reels to show you what you need to work on right now. So triggers work and they're really amazing and powerful because they get us to the point immediately, as opposed to walking around in a fog of discontent and like discord. So I wanted to pull some cards and see what this new moon in Virgo has going on. Since we have a little bit of this egoic energy, let's see how we can shift that into something more loving, more unconditional, less expected, right? Because oftentimes people are in discord and not in alignment. How did Stephen Furtick put it? Because of unexpressed expectations, right? So maybe you're used to relationships being handled a certain way, or you're used to a certain kind of energy in your relationships, right? But you're dating someone or you're with your counterpart at this time, right? And they don't know that energy, right? Maybe they're used to doing things a different way. Like, we all have different love languages, right? One of my love languages is cooking for people. I love to cook for people. I love to give them that part of me, right? It's a very loving, nurturing thing for people. My divine counterpart's love language is gifts, right? Loves to buy things, loves to buy things, loves to buy things, loves that type of energy, loves to receive and give gifts. Like, that's their love language. So when you start to analyze and see people's different love languages, right, then you can kind of get there. But you have to get there, and you can't expect someone to understand your love language if that's not their love language and it's not something that you have expressed to them, right? So it's different if you're having a conversation with someone being like, hey, I really enjoy receiving gifts from my loved ones, right? And I love to cook for them because these are the things that I do. And you guys are having a conversation like, these are my likes, these are my dislikes, this is what's up, this is what's down. Like, you guys are getting to know each other, right? And you're working it out. It's different when you're having those conversations and there's clarity and you're all on the same page and it's not being fulfilled, as opposed to you're expecting it to be fulfilled, but a conversation has never been had, right? So two different energies, two different energies. And when you're having the conversation and trying to be in alignment, and if it's not being met for whatever reasons, then that is also something to look at. Life, there's just deliciousness everywhere. Open your eyes. Awareness will empower you. Awareness will empower you. All right, let's see what the romance angels have for the twin flames under this Virgo new moon. And then we got Venus going into Scorpio later this week too. So there's a lot going on. The 9-9 portal, which I'm not even going to go deep into today. But there's a lot of beautiful energy out this week, twins. A lot of amazing, auspicious stuff. Manifestation energy. We just had a new moon. What's new moon's about? Planting those seeds. What do you want to happen over the next 28 days? I hope that you're planting seeds from a high vibrational place and not something from desperation or expectation or externalizing, right? Coming from within yourself. And what do you want your happily ever after to look like? And how can you align to your dreams? It's about you always. Forgiving and learning. If the universe don't stop reading us. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. What did I just say? You cannot be in a current situation with expectations and viewpoints from your past relationships. Like, that was then, right? And you're not in that situation any longer. You're not in that relationship any longer. You're not in that energy anymore for a reason. And so it's time to learn, right? The past cannot hurt you, it's gone. But you take the lessons, you take the goodness, you take the blessings, right? You know what feels good, what doesn't. You know what you'll stand for, what you won't, right? You know your yeses and your nos. Hopefully, you've been doing that work and looking at yourself and you're not trying to start a relationship from an unhealed place. That would be odd. But we take that energy, right? And we shift it out. We release what's not working with us. And as we're taking the baggage and putting it down, we're not carrying it into each and every relationship. And yes, we all do come with some bags, but guess what? You need a partner that's going to help you unpack, right? Like, it's cool. Like, let's unpack together. Like, I don't expect anyone that I'm with to be in divine perfection because I don't believe that that's something will achieve in the physical body. If you're good, then you go to the next part, right? So I feel like we're always healing and always learning. And there'll be people that will be there on your journey with you that will help you unpack and unfold these layers and help love you as you're going through this stuff and as you're taking out all of this excess weight out of your luggage, right? People will be there supporting you and grabbing bags, right? And maybe getting garbage bags and somebody's making a run over to the Salvation Army, like donating some of your stuff as you're getting rid of it, as you're getting rid of it, as you're getting rid of it, layer by layer, upward on your spiral, releasing it, right? So that you don't have the ego self anymore holding you back. You don't have the pains from your past relationships. You don't have the traumas. You don't have the deceit. You don't have anything left but just the light and the love so you can step into your next relationship fully in your divinity, in your sovereignty, from a place of wholeness that you can give to them unconditionally because your cup is always overflowing because you're good, right? Because you're good, because you let go of the past, because you looked at those relationships and everything that happened before and you were like, you know what? If it didn't feel good, I learned something. And if it did feel good, great. Then I'd like to have something that great again, and let the universe bless you. But it's time for you to like let some stuff go. And the forgiveness starts with the forgiveness of yourself. We love to externalize love and be like, oh, I forgive this one, I forgive that one. Forgive you. Do you forgive you for the times you stood too long? Do you forgive yourself for the times that you didn't speak up? Do you forgive yourself for the times that you were running your mouth when you shouldn't? Do you forgive yourself for not having faith in yourself, for not loving yourself, for not being confident in yourself, for not like even believing in yourself? Like, do you forgive you for all the awful things that you say to yourself on a daily basis in your mind? Because we can be our harshest critics. So what is the story that you're telling yourself? Are you speaking life over yourself? Are you saying, I am wonderful, I am great, I am powerful, I'm energized, I am magnetic, I am confident, I'm successful? Or are you saying, I'm sick, I'm lonely, I'm miserable, I hate my life, nothing ever works out for me? Like, what is the story that you're telling yourself? Because this, twins, is how we get into alignment. So if we're not in alignment because we feel like we're too good for them and they feel like they're too good for us, then we're in ego. We're edging God out, right? As Dr. Wayne Dyer says, and we're not ready for union. And that's a hard thing to say, and I know that's a hard thing to hear because I'm also a twin flame in separation, right? But whenever we go into separation, it's not like, oh, well, no, it's like, where am I at in this? What do I need to change? What am I not seeing? Every single thing is a process in healing. And like I said, it's a continuous thing. I don't expect perfection from my divine counterpart. I don't expect perfection from myself. But I do know that every day I try to do better than the day before. And I check myself. I'm tough on a lot of my friends and my family, my children. I'm also tough on my clients, but I'm no tougher on anyone else than I am on myself. Trust me, before I get to anybody, I am checking me hard body. I won't open my mouth until I all the way go to myself. And I trust me, when I say I'm hard on myself, I'm hard on myself. So if you think these messages are a little aggressive, you should imagine how Autumn is talking to Autumn. Right? All right, twins, let's pull another romance card. Let's see what they got. See what they got. Forgiving and learning. I love that. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Your self-respect, not your arrogance, not your conceit, not your, oh, I'm woke and they're not. No, 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 no. When you can look in the mirror and be good with you, you don't need to do all that judgmental nonsense outside of you. Because you're good with you, and you're going to start to reflect that out, and the world's going to reflect it back to you. And your life is going to change, it's going to shift. So, like I said, have you forgiven yourself? Do you love yourself? Or are you in the energy of, well, I'm doing the work and they're not, or this is too hard, or I don't want to deal with this? Like, where are you at in this? Where are you at? Because there's a reason that the universe is telling y'all crazy right now. Like, listen, get out of ego. Learn to forgive. Let go of the past. Let yesterday go. There's this energy of starting over, a rebirth, or a newness. And that makes sense with Rosh Hashanah, right? Because that's the Jewish New Year. There's a whole new energy of like, we have to close the door to yesterday. And again, take the lessons and the blessings with you, but leave the pain behind. You have to leave the pain behind if you want to move forward in joy, in love, in union. Now, we all have free will, so you can opt to do whatever you want, right? You may want to be bitter for a couple more days or years or months or whatever it is, and maybe you enjoy that energy. And maybe you like not being with your twin, or maybe this is too difficult and you've opted out. I mean, there's no wrong choice. It's your path, right? You're going to do what you want. However, an easier path would be, hey, let me forgive. Let me let go of the past. Let me love myself. Because when I fully love myself and I can give myself unconditional love, then I can have unconditional love with a partner. And don't you want to be with someone who loves themselves so much that they don't have these unrealistic expectations of you, and that they just love you for who you are because you are good the way you are and you're loving on yourself, and they just want to reflect and radiate that back to you? I mean, maybe not, but I'm opting for happily ever after. Don't know about you. All right, let's do one more card. And then I gotta go make dinner. Said one, and they give me two. Flirt and engagement. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. It's not that serious, y'all. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And engagement. Ooh, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I love that. So for some people, it could be a little engagement, right? After we've gone through all this healing. And for some of you, this is an old energy, right? You had to forgive. You had to learn to love yourself. You had to really like let the past go. And so you're moving forward. And others of you, this is about you and you, right? Your light self, your dark self, your divine masculine, divine feminine energies. This is you coming into wholeness with yourself and taking your love of yourself to the next level. And that's fucking dope. Real shit. All right. I think I'm going to end it there. Oh, true love. I love it. This is the romance of a lifetime. Yeah. You get there with starting with you, though. You love you, you heal you, and then you create the space and the alignment for your twin to give that energy and reflect it back to you. I love it. All right. I love you guys. Happy Twin Flame Tuesday. Have the best day in the world. I love you. God loves you and angels surround you. Later, guys.